welcome to game number 2 of your 2026 Day of Champions weekend. U13C division game, or U13C Atlantic. Lancaster taking on St. Stephen. Puck off the face-off. St. Stephen trying to move it towards Lancaster's end. They dump it down in. Johnson for St. Stephen with the puck. Sends it over in front of the net. Puck comes out far side. St. Stephen going for it. Lancaster getting to the center. Dumps it back in across the blue line. Again, I'm going to do our best here to do the commentating. We have some jerseys with no names, a lot of them. So we'll do our best as the game goes on. St. Stephen moving the puck up along the wing. Sends it out to the blue line. Cook sends it out center ice. Lancaster back in across the blue line, and we get an offside. Face-off moves outside the zone. Thompson, Burnham going for the face-off. Both teams battling for the puck. Gets in across St. Stephen's blue line. St. Stephen goes to send it out. Picked off. Lancaster coming in. They're saying no goal off the crossbar. St. Stephen unable to clear the puck. Lancaster keeping it in. Both teams battle along the boards. Out to the blue line. Steele with it at the blue line. Dumps it in. Charlotte County trying to, or St. Stephen, trying to send it back out. Lancaster keeping into the blue line. Sends it back down in around the corner. St. Stephen trying to move the puck out. Lancaster gets it. Sends it wide of the net. Out in front of the crease. Puck all the way out to the blue line. Steele at the blue. Directs a shot in. Wide of the net. Puck goes over far side. St. Stephen trying to clear it out. Just kept in by Lancaster. Puck does come out now down into Lancaster's end. They backhand it ahead through the neutral zone. Try to pick it up. St. Stephen sends it back down into Lancaster's end again. Puck is turned over at center. Bailey gets it for St. Stephen. Trying to move it ahead of Thompson. Gets by Thompson. Back to Lancaster. Lancaster gets it out. St. Stephen in across the blue line. Going wide. Sawyer Weeks coming in. Shot. Puck sent wide. Weeks with again, backhanded it towards the net, and puck is cleared out to the blue line. Kept in by St. Stephen. Lancaster able to get a hold of the puck, gets it moved ahead to center. Puck back to shoot for St. Stephen. Dumps it in across the blue line. Lancaster's D picks it up. Going for skate. Puck is knocked off their stick by St. Stephen at the blue line. Shoot. Goes in, tries for a shot. Goalie deflects that puck wide. St. Stephen with the puck up towards the blue line and comes out of the zone. They try to backhand it in, goes off their own player. Successful now getting it in. Lancaster quickly sends it back out. Back into Lancaster's end. Puck is backhanded up to center. Oikle with it now, going in across the blue line. Splitting the D, tries for a shot, just wide of the net. Puck over far side, all the way out to the blue line. Kept in by Lancaster. Lancaster now still with the puck. A little bit open room. They go in, shot. Beauty save by St. Stephen's goalie. Bennett Anthony. Beautiful save. Great chance for Lancaster. Face off down St. Stephen's end. Both teams battling for it. Lancaster coming out with it. Quick shot, glove down again by Anthony. Puck went off the face-off by Thiel. Back out towards the blue line. Backhand back down towards the net. Picked back up. Cam Hine trying to move the puck down back. Chance out front for Lancaster. Not able to get a shot off. St. Stephen breaking out. Coming across center. Just kept on side. Cook with the puck going down the wing. Puts it on net. And we got blocked by D. St. Stephen with a big chance. Save. Puck coming back out of the zone. Field for Lancaster. In across the blue line. Shot. Get it saved by Anthony again. Puck over far side by St. Stephen. Trying to move it out of the zone. Chips the puck off the board all the way back down in Lancaster's end. Legier going for the puck. St. Stephen overskates it. Legier sends it around far side. St. Stephen gets a stick on it. Sends it over wide and high of the net. Was high sticking, waved off. Shot from the point from Johnson. Blocked. Lancaster with it now. Big pass across the ice, far side. Lancaster hard on the forecheck. Sticking with it. St. Stephen gets it. Backhands it back up to the blue line. St. Stephen sends the puck back down far side. Lancaster's blue line. Puck going back and forth. Blue line to blue line for both teams. And puck is now dumped into St. Stephen's end. Lancaster waiting for their player to get onside. Smart play and across the blue line, going wide. In the corner, nice feed out front, right out to the blue line. Lancaster the shot, high and wide. Puck over in the corner, St. Stephen trying to move it out. Both teams battling for it down the corner. And puck is cleared out. Knocked back in across the blue line into St. Stephen's end. St. Stephen a little bit of time with it now. Thompson starting to skate the puck through center ice. Cross the blue line. Got Denyer going with them. Splits the D. Just wide of the net. Can't get a shot off. Tries to put the puck out front. Off the side of the net to the blue line. Aims hard to the blue line. Tries for a shot. Blocked by Lancaster. Puck out back of the net. Dangerous one there for Lancaster's goalie. But puck managed to not squeak in across the line. Out to the blue line. St. Stephen trying the shot. Block coming back out to center. Lancaster in across the blue line and can't get a shot off. St. Stephen's defense doing a good job, limiting the chance for a shot from Lancaster. Puck sent back in behind the net, far side. St. Stephen trying to move the puck up along the boards. Lancaster stripping it from them, send it back in the corner. St. Stephen again, send it around short side. Both teams battling for the puck here along the boards. Got some fans in the way for a second. Puck now out of the zone. Getting down to Lancaster's end. Lancaster trying to backhand it to the blue line. St. Stephen keeping it in. Puck sent down the corner. Lancaster with it now. Tries to chip it up off the boards. Goes down into St. Stephen's end. St. Stephen getting to the puck. Tries to move it back up the wing. Chip it off the board. St. Stephen starting to break out now. Pass center ice. Cross the blue line. Lancaster trying to clear the puck out. Goes off their own body. Kept in. Successful in the second attempt. Puck out to center ice. Both teams still battling for it. Puck in across Lancaster's blue line. Lancaster's D did a good job clearing that puck out. Back in across St. Stephen's blue line. Puck moves back out the neutral zone. Weeks shoot, both for St. Stephen, trying to get the puck in across the blue line. Weeks going with it now. Shot just wide of the net. Goalie gets a blocker on it. Puck is sent over here, short side. Going all the way down into St. Stephen's end. Icing against Lancaster. So again, I'll try to commentate names as I can. Again, where a lot of the jerseys don't have them. Trying to look at my game sheet and keep up with numbers at the same time. It's a full-time job. But we'll do our best. 4:54 left in the first period. No score. Face off down Lancaster's end. Both teams battling for it. Lancaster with the puck. Behind the net. Sends it out far side. St. Stephen's D keeping it in the blue line. Puts a shot in. Cook trying to tip it out front. Not able to. Goes wide. Out back. Cook still trying to bring it out. Put it in tight. Tight against the post. Loose puck out front. And St. Stephen gets on the board. Jack Flowers makes it 1-0 for St. Stephen. Flowers with the puck again. In across the blue line. Dumps the puck in. Lancaster picking it up in the corner. Going in behind the net. St. Stephen pressuring here along the boards. Lancaster coming up with the puck. Sending out towards the blue line. Lancaster trying to skate up. Tries to get the puck ahead to Thiel. Turned over. St. Stephen dumps it down the corner. St. Stephen with the puck, trying to move it up along the boards. Lancaster putting pressure on them. St. Stephen send the puck back towards the net. Lancaster's goalie getting a piece of it, directed over to the corner. Lancaster breaking out now. Thiel moving through the neutral zone, goes across. A little bit of hacking and whacking from both teams on that play. Puck coming back out to Thiel. Thiel with it at center ice. Losing it, back to his D. Brown with it now, far side. Chips it ahead, Lancaster in across the blue line. 2-on-1, great job by defense for St. Stephen. Knocks the puck wide in the corner. They get to it first, send it over here short side. Pettigrew for Lancaster, the puck on the blue line. 2-on-2 coming back. Lancaster back checking hard. Thompson for St. Stephen tries to move the puck over. Pass is cut off. Lancaster with it and behind the net. Tries to move it over in the corner. St. Stephen gets it, sends it back towards the net. Lancaster picks it off. St. Stephen with it now in the corner. Tries to direct it towards the net. Deflected right on the goalie. And we got St. Stephen now going up. And Lancaster. Lancaster went down. No call on the play. Lancaster now with the puck far side. Skating out of the zone, sends it up to the far blue line. St. Stephen clears it out, back to center. Lancaster again, trying to get that puck back across St. Stephen's blue line. Puck comes back to Lancaster, they have it at their end. Come back across center. And tied up with a few St. Stephen skaters. Puck back to center. Lancaster with it now, trying to move it ahead. Just gets into St. Stephen's zone. They make a pass out to center ice. St. Stephen trying to go in across the blue line. Chip that puck ahead. Weeks going hard for it. Can't get a shot off, but has a puck in the corner. Looking at some options. Puts it out front of the net. Great chance for St. Stephen. Tried to knock that puck in the air. Didn't quite get enough of it. Shot from St. Stephen blocked. Puck is sent back towards the net. Lancaster's D blocks that shot. Make a pass over far side. Puck comes up to the blue line. St. Stephen playing that blue line strong. Keeps it in. Lancaster gets it now. Going back the other way. Chance right now for Lancaster. Tried to go 5-hole. Big save. St. Stephen's goalie coming up big for them. Puck just kept in by Lancaster on the blue line. Hard shot. Save. Defense for St. Stephen clearing that puck out of the zone. Offside for Lancaster. They're on the right side of the line now. Puck out at center ice. Lancaster making a move, trying to get it across the blue line. Going wide, coming back, and they lose the puck. Goalie for St. Stephen knocks it aside in the corner. Lancaster still trying, putting the pressure on. St. Stephen trying to get the puck out far side. We get a 2-on-1. Lancaster back checking hard. Last minute of play. Puck sent out front from the corner from St. Stephen. Lost in traffic, picked up by Lancaster. Lancaster starting to skate out of the zone. Getting through center across the blue line. Eichel going in with it. Sharp angle shot off the side of the netting. Excuse me. Both teams battling. Puck is sent out. We're going all the way down to Lancaster's end. Icing for St. Stephen. 32.2 seconds left in the first period. St. Stephen with a 1-0 lead. Puck on the face-off. Sent over in the corner. St. Stephen backhanded out in front of that. Eichel, sharp angle shot. Through the crease, goes over far side. Lancaster keeps the puck into the blue line. Sends it back down in the corner. Comes over here short side. Eichel with Lancaster sends it back around far side. St. Stephen trying to get to it. Denier with the puck, trying to move it up out of the zone. Turned over. Lancaster bringing it back in towards the net. And we get a save by Anthony. Puck moved up along the boards. Eichel with a shot right on the buzzer. 1-0 St. Stephen after the first period. Begin the second period. St. Stephen over Lancaster 1-0. Team switching ends. Puck off the face-off. St. Stephen quick with it and across the blue line. They go wide, try to put the puck back towards the net. Blocked by Lancaster. Puck is dumped out front now. St. Stephen tries for a backhand. Puck is deflected wide over in the corner. St. Stephen goes down. Lancaster trying to move the puck out of the zone. Lancaster breaking out center ice. Great job by St. Stephen. Got a stick on the puck. Knocked it off. Puck back down into St. Stephen's end. Johnson with the puck. Chips it up off the boards. Bailey sends it out to the blue line. Kept in by Lancaster. St. Stephen gets it back out to center ice. Steele with it at center. Makes a pass over far side. Cam Hine with the puck. Has it along the boards. Trying to send it down the corner. St. Stephen sends out to the blue line. Lancaster not able to keep it in. Ison is waved off. Puck down the corner. Lancaster first to it. Lancaster breaking out here now, making a pass up short side to Burnham. Puck is sent back down in. Lancaster, St. Stephen keeping the puck into the blue line. And Lancaster, great job getting that puck out of the zone. Puck back down in Lancaster's D. They send it over far side. St. Stephen gets it at center ice, dumps it in. Lancaster's D with the puck now. Tries to make a pass up. Goes off St. Stephen's skate down the corner. Lancaster trying to clear it out. Up to Burnham. Burnham starting to skate out of the zone. Weak staying all over him. Burnham going hard in across the blue line. Trying to split the D, and the puck is knocked off his stick. Chance by Swires from the side. Sharp angle shot out back. Puck over far side now. St. Stephen trying to move it up to the blue line. Lancaster keeping it in. And St. Stephen trying to get it out. Lancaster again playing that blue line strong, but the puck managed eventually to get out of the zone. St. Stephen with it now at center. Lancaster picking it off from them. And St. Stephen. Lancaster turns it over. St. Stephen going in. Shot, save. Lancaster's goalie with a huge save. Puck coming out now. Lancaster sends it back up to center ice. Thorne for St. Stephen. Cross ice pass to Weeks. Weeks going in across the blue line. Trying to split the D. Loses the puck. Puck is sent out back. Lancaster picking it up in the corner. Sends out to the blue line. St. Stephen just coming on the ice. Kept that puck in. Chance now for St. Stephen again. And Lancaster sends out to the blue line. St. Stephen just keeping it in again. Dumps the puck down the corner. They go to put it out front of the net. Goes through the player's feet. Back out to the blue line. Beckwith now for Lancaster. Skating in across the blue line. Got Burnham going to the net. Nice pass over to Burnham. Chance, shot, save. Another shot on the rebound. And the shot deflected wide. Puck breaking out now. St. Stephen hard in across the blue line. Big chance for them. Shot, save. Sorry, I said Anthony on that one earlier. That was Lancaster's goalie. Sorry. Made that one. Another big save by Lancaster. Puck cleared out of the zone. Lancaster trying to move it ahead. St. Stephen challenged him on the center. Both teams battling for it now on St. Stephen's blue line. Puck comes out far side. Lancaster kicking it ahead. Just gets in across the blue line. Going down the corner. Lancaster trying for a shot. Fans on it. And Lancaster ties the game on a backhand. Beckwith ties the game. Beckwith ties the game at 1. St. Stephen's goalie is out of the net, over to the bench. Little discussion between the officials and the coach. Might be a pad issue, but looks like they're having a timeout. 8 minutes, 18 seconds left in the second period. Game is tied at 1. Again, looks like we're having malfunction with goalie equipment. Coaches are working at it. There, goalie looks like he's getting his helmet on. Be back out on the ice momentarily. How you doing?
Good, you?
Great, thanks. All right, game on. Players resuming positions. .8:18 left in the period. Second period, 1-1 hockey game. Puck on the face-off. St. Stephen win that, send it up along the boards to Bailey. Bailey trying to get it across the blue line. Lancaster gets it, sends it back out to center. Hine gets it. Dumps it in. Lancaster picking it up far side, sending it out. All the way down to St. Stephen's blue line. St. Stephen D-to-D pass. Over here to Hine again. Cross ice pass. Picked off by Lancaster. Got a stick on it. Tried to dump it in. St. Stephen gets a hold of it, gets it out. Lancaster now in across the blue line with it. St. Stephen breaking out. Going through the neutral zone. Cross the blue line. Puck is sent over towards the net and cleared out by Lancaster. Starting to skate out of the zone. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the lineup here to keep up with the names, but lost the play for a second. Puck back down in towards St. Stephen. What a fluky goal that one was. Lancaster takes the lead. St. Stephen goes to clear the puck. Takes a really weird bounce off of Lancaster, up in the air and over the goalie. Lancaster, 2-1 lead. Again, very fluky goal. Sometimes the bounces don't go your way. In that case, it worked out for Lancaster. 2-1 lead, 7:15 left in the second. Puck trying to get out of the St. Stephen's end. Lancaster with it. Going in, shot. Goalie got a piece of that. Puck knocked far side. St. Stephen trying to clear it out. Lancaster keeping it at the blue line. Shot through traffic. Goalie got a piece of it. Chance again for Lancaster. Goalie with another big save. St. Stephen trying to skate the puck up. Sends out to the blue line just outside of the zone. Lancaster trying to dump it in off St. Stephen. Lancaster trying to take the puck back in across the blue line. It's kept out. Thiel with it now for Lancaster. Going in across the blue line. St. Stephen gets a puck off the stick. Sends it over far side. Weeks with it now. Trying to skate in across the blue line. Loses it, regains it. Chips it ahead. Gets it across. Thiel for Lancaster now. Breaking out, going far side. Across the blue line. Loses the puck. St. Stephen sends it up far side. Kept it at the blue line by Lancaster. And we got a penalty coming up. Lancaster off to the box. St. Stephen going on a power play. Face-off moves down Lancaster's end. 6:16 left in the second. Lancaster with the 2-1 lead. St. Stephen on the power play. St. Stephen with a chance now to tie the game up. Puck one back to St. Stephen. Lancaster trying to chip it back to the blue line. St. Stephen pass back to the blue line. D-to-D pass over to Hine. Hine going for a shot. Hesitates for a second. Sends a puck in. High and wide. Puck goes over far side. St. Stephen picks it up along the boards. Slap shot through traffic. Shot is wide again. St. Stephen picking the puck up. Short side of the boards. Back up to the blue line to Hine. Hine taking a second. Goes for a shot. Lancaster trying to get a skate on it. They do. Puck is sent wide. St. Stephen picking it up in the corner again. Lancaster tying them up good. Lancaster coming out with the puck. Takes it in behind the net over in the corner. Hine coming in from the blue line. Going down and low. Keeps that puck in. Sends it back in behind the net. Minute 15 left. St. Stephen with a chance. Lancaster the save. .5:28 left in the second. Minute 12 left in St. Stephen's power play. .5:28. Puck out of the face-off. St. Stephen wins it. Pass out to the blue line. Hine with it again. Tries for a shot through traffic. St. Stephen out front tries to tip that puck in, but couldn't get a piece of it. Chance now. St. Stephen with a shot. Big save by Lancaster. St. Stephen ties the game at 2. Power play goal. Like Thompson ties the game at 2. 5:15 left in the second. We're back to even game at 2. Puck on the faceoff. Lancaster trying to plow through with it. Has a puck at center ice. Backhands it up along the boards. St. Stephen's D gets a stick on it. Sends it back out of the zone. Puck sent back out center ice. Thiel with it at center. Pass over far side. Lancaster gets it just inside the blue line. Takes it down the corner. Puck coming all the way back out. Back down into Lancaster's end for Ison. Face off back down St. Stephen's end. .447 left. Second period. Tie game at 2. Face off in St. Stephen's end. Lancaster trying to send it back to their D. Losing it. St. Stephen trying to clear it out. Both teams battling forward to the blue line. Dump back down in St. Stephen's end. Thorne picking the puck up. Sending it up far side. Lancaster keeping that in at the blue line. Sends it back through traffic. Ames sends the puck over far side. St. Stephen trying to get the puck out. Again, Lancaster holding that blue line, keeping the puck in, send it down the corner. Goes to send it cross ice. All the way over here to the short side of the boards. Puck trying to clear out of the zone by St. Stephen. Lancaster trying to move it down deeper in the zone. St. Stephen getting a stick on it. Coming out through center ice. Through the neutral zone. Cross Lancaster's blue line. Both teams fumbling for the puck. St. Stephen gets a hold of it. Sends it far side. Lancaster with it now. Clears the puck out. St. Stephen not able to keep it in. Ames with the puck now. Back in the neutral zone. Sends it ahead. Gets down in Lancaster's end. Lancaster with it. Lancaster cross ice pass. Fumbled it amongst the feet. They keep it in their zone. Turns around, chips it off the boards, up the center. Caldwell going for it. Thorne gets it, sends it back ahead. Lancaster goes down. No call on the play to St. Stephen. Lancaster still down. Puck is sent wide to the net, out back from St. Stephen. St. Stephen keeping in the blue line. Tries for a shot. Blocked by Lancaster's D. Puck is sent up towards the blue line. Lancaster picking it up. We get 3-on-2. St. Stephen back checking hard. Lancaster, everyone staying on side, gets the puck across the blue line, tries for a shot. Dangerous one for St. Stephen's goalie as their defense reached up and tried to knock it down. The St. Stephen's goalie coming up for the save. Face off down St. Stephen's end. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left. Second period. Game still tied at 2. Both teams battling for it. Lancaster sending it wide to the net out front. St. Stephen picking it up along the boards. Big cross ice pass, center ice. St. Stephen trying to get the puck in across the blue line. Chance right now. The puck is lost by St. Stephen and goes ahead. The goalie covers it up for Lancaster. Game getting a little chippy. Officials having a couple little chats with the players. Overall, good game by both teams here so far. Pretty even. Showing 15-11 for shots on goal for Lancaster. Puck off the face-off. Weeks trying to backhand it towards the net. Goes wide. Lancaster picks it up behind. Sends it over far side. Puck kept into the blue line. Shot through traffic and wide of the net. Lancaster picking it up now in the corner. Puck out to the blue line. St. Stephen keeping it in. Down to the corner, Lancaster with it behind the net. Makes a pass over here against the corner. Towards the boards, Lancaster picks it up. Skating across ice through their zone, out to the neutral zone. Across the blue line. Going between the D, tries for a shot. Couldn't get a lot on it. Saved by the goalie, puck out to the blue line. Lancaster, the chance now at the blue line. Shot, and it's wide of the net. Lancaster going to it far side. Tries to backhand it down the corner. St. Stephen gets it, backhands it up the boards. Kept in at the blue line by Lancaster. Hard low shot off the side of the net. St. Stephen with it in the corner. 2 minutes of play left in the second period. Game tied at 2. St. Stephen trying to break out now. 2-on-1. Puck goes ahead. We got 2-on-none coming in. St. Stephen with a shot. Lancaster's goalie gloves that one down. Minute 43 left in the period. Face off down Lancaster's end. Puck won by St. Stephen. Back to their D at the blue line. D to D pass. Almost picked off by Lancaster. Shot from St. Stephen through traffic. Lancaster's goalie makes a save. Puck on the faceoff, and down the corner. Both teams battling for it. St. Stephen goes down. Lancaster trying to clear the puck out. Kept into the blue line by St. Stephen. Both teams battling for it. Lancaster gets it out of their zone. St. Stephen picks it up, takes it to the blue line. Cook sends it over far side. St. Stephen bringing it now, skating through center. Going wide. Hine going in. Going down the corner. Sends a puck out front, far side. Can't get a piece on it. It's in amongst the skates. And Lancaster takes Hine out hard. Lancaster be going off to the box. St. Stephen going on the power play now. Face off down Lancaster's end. St. Stephen trying for their second power play goal of the game. Puck on the face-off, won by St. Stephen, out to the blue line. Shot through traffic. Tipped, chance for goal, and Lancaster's goalie coming up big. Last minute of play in the second period. Face-off still down Lancaster's end. St. Stephen trying to win it back to their D. Lancaster taking it. Tries to chip it up off the board. St. Stephen keeps it in back towards the net. Lancaster getting a hold of it for a second. St. Stephen gets it now. Backhands it towards the net. And goalie's going to jump on that and cover it up. .49 seconds left, period. St. Stephen winning the puck. Bailey for the shot. Directed wide to the net. Puck goes over far side. Johnson trying to keep it in. He does at the blue line. Sends the puck back through traffic. Lancaster knocks it down. Sends it back out to neutral zone. St. Stephen chipping it off the boards. Gets it into Lancaster's end. Trying to move the puck along the boards. St. Stephen with a shot. Big save by Lancaster. Puck up to the blue line. Bailey with it. Tries to send it back through traffic. Lancaster picks that one off. Sends it all the way down. Thorne for St. Stephen picks the puck up behind the net. Moves it up far side. St. Stephen coming in hard. 3-on-2. Big shot. Great glove by Lancaster. Oh, a little bit of shoving here. People not happy. 1.7 seconds left in the period. See if anything comes out of this. Player for each team off to the box. So 1.7 seconds left. Coincidentals for both players. to see here what they got going on up at the clock. So we got 5-on-4 for St. Stephen. Again, coincidentals for both players in the box. And Lancaster quickly clears it out. To end the period. Begin the third period, game tied at 2. St. Stephen on the power play. Both teams making a game of it.
You're waiting for me to watch that?
Yep. Look up 2026 Day of Champions on Facebook. Yep. Yeah, no problem. Puck out of the face-off, down St. Stephen's end. Puck right out front of the net, comes all the way out towards the blue line. Steal for Lancaster with a shot. Again, St. Stephen on the power play, but puck is staying down in their end here to start the period off. Lancaster, the puck at center, gets it, dumps it in. Puck down the corner. Line for St. Stephen that takes it in behind the net. Sends it out far side. Lancaster picks it off. St. Stephen knocks the puck off their stick out to the blue line. Steal with a shot from the blue line. Glove down by St. Stephen goalie. Both goalies, Anthony for St. Stephen, Cole for Lancaster. Both having great games today. Puck off the face-off down the corner. Lancaster battling. Sends a puck cross ice right to the net. Goalie gets a piece of it. Sent back out. St. Stephen trying to clear the puck out. Chance now for St. Stephen going in. Lancaster back checking hard. St. Stephen sends the puck wide, just wide of the net. Goalie gets a little piece of it. Puck sent out far side. St. Stephen winds up with slap shot from the point. Wide of the net. Pick the puck up out back. Trying to put it out front. And Lancaster coming out with the puck. Lancaster sends it back in far side. St. Stephen first to it. Tries to direct it back towards the net. Off Lancaster's skate. Lancaster picks it up. They're starting to skate out of the zone. Lancaster building up some speed. Getting around Ames. And big save. Big save by Anthony. Second one by Anthony. Lancaster putting the pressure on. Big goalie battle between both teams. 10:29 left, third period, game tied at 2. Even strength. Thielen Weeks on the face-off. St. Stephen winning it. Chips the puck ahead. Sent all the way down for icing. Face-off's going to move back down to St. Stephen's end. Puck out of the face-off. St. Stephen again with the puck. Takes it down the corner, puts it in behind the net. Thorne picks it up. Starting to skate it out in front of his net. Looking at some options, puts the puck out to center ice. Gets by Weeks, back down to Lancaster. Lancaster sends it back out to center. Weeks back checks hard. Puck back to St. Stephen's D. They try to move it up through traffic in the neutral zone. Lancaster picks it off. Thiel with the puck now, going wide down the corner. Tries for a wraparound far side. Goalie the save. Puck out to the blue line. It's like Legier from the blue line. Tries for a shot. Makes it all the way through. Anthony covers it up. .41 left in the third. Face-off down St. Stephen's end. Puck off the face-off. St. Stephen trying to break out now. Sends the puck back up to center ice. Lancaster picks it up inside their blue line. Gets the puck back out to center. St. Stephen takes it now in across the blue line. Takes the puck down the corner. St. Stephen battling. Lancaster coming out with the puck in behind the net. Lancaster breaking out now. Building up some speed. Getting around one of St. Stephen's D. Trying to get around the second. And St. Stephen's defense doing their job. Knocks the puck off Lancaster's stick. St. Stephen coming back the other way across the blue line. 1-on-4 shot. Goalie gets a blocker on it, knocks the puck aside. St. Stephen with a shot wide of the net. Coming out far side, it's out of the zone. Lancaster coming hard again across the blue line. And St. Stephen not allowing him to get a shot off. Lancaster trying to backhand it out front. St. Stephen not allowing that one to happen again. St. Stephen trying to move the puck out towards the blue line. Lancaster keeping it in. Puck out front. One-time chance by Lancaster. Fanned on it. Couldn't get a piece. Out to the blue line. Steele sending it back towards the net. St. Stephen picking it off. Puck is sent ahead now into Lancaster's end. Lancaster gets it. Dumps it in. Off their player right at the blue line. Ice and be waved off. Puck coming back up towards the blue line. Lancaster keeping it in. Both teams battling along the boards. Burnham with Lancaster trying to take the puck over, get a shot. St. Stephen's D knocks the puck back over in the corner. St. Stephen trying to bring the puck out. And it's center ice. Thompson going ahead across the blue line. Thompson goes down. Lancaster. We go into the box. St. Stephen going on the power play. .7:44 left. Third period, game tied at 2. St. Stephen on the power play again. Puck out of the face-off. St. Stephen with it. Backhands it towards the net. Lancaster trying to pick it off. Out to the blue line. St. Stephen winds up with a slap shot. Off Lancaster. Directed wide. Puck over in the corner. St. Stephen backhands it towards the net again. And it's knocked out. Lancaster trying to bring it out of the zone. And they do. Going across the blue line. Eichel with it now. Tries for a shot. St. Stephen's D. It's like St. Stephen's D kept them from having a shot, but St. Stephen looks like they're off to the box, feeling that one after going down and into the boards. And we're going on to 4-on-4. Thompson for St. Stephen in the box. 4-on-4 for a minute 36. Then 24-second power play for St. Stephen. Puck on the face-off. St. Stephen trying to break out. Lancaster doing a great job on the blue line, keeping that puck in. Back towards the net. St. Stephen's D not allowing that shot to get through traffic. Puck back in from the blue line from Lancaster down towards the net. And St. Stephen trying to move the puck out far side. Lancaster keeping it in at the blue line again. Back down the corner, St. Stephen chipping it off the boards. 2-on-1, and Lancaster at center. Gets a hold of the puck, dumps it back down into St. Stephen's end. St. Stephen, cross-ice pass all the way up to the far blue line. St. Stephen across the blue, sends a puck over far side. Misses the mark, goes over off the boards. St. Stephen puts it back in behind the net. We still got our 4-on-4 going for another 50 seconds. Lancaster picking the puck up now in the corner. Starting to skate out of their zone. Going through the neutral zone, cross the blue line. Gets knocked off the puck. Eichel picks it up for Lancaster. Tries for a shot, fans on it. Both teams battling in the corner here for the puck. Puck's cleared out to the blue line, kept in by Lancaster. Right on the blue, great job. St. Stephen on the puck far side, clears it out. Lancaster with it at center. Lancaster putting the speed on now. Brown going in across the blue line, going wide down the corner. And tries for a sharp angle shot. And goalie covers that one up. 13 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 6 minutes left in the third. Game's tied at 2. Both teams going for the puck on the face-off. Both centers go down. They're tied up. Puck is coming out. St. Stephen coming back the other way with it. Across the blue line. Getting around Lancaster's D. St. Stephen. Big chance. Lancaster's. Hole in net. Coming up with the save. Puck coming back the other way. We got Lancaster now on the power play. Goalie without a stick. St. Stephen coming in for a shot. Takes the puck in behind the net. Sharp angle out front. Misses the mark. Puck out front to St. Stephen with a chance, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone. St. Stephen gets it, dumps it in. Lancaster, the puck behind the net. We're back to even strength. Does not get any more even than that. 2-2. Shots at 20 apiece. 5 minutes left in the third. Lancaster, Thiel going in across the blue line. Going wide. Bailey loses a stick for St. Stephen. Thiel stays with it. Cross ice right out in front of the net. Right through the crease. Again, missed its mark. Puck goes far side. St. Stephen trying to bring it out to center ice. Pick it up again. Puck across the blue line. St. Stephen trying for a shot wide of the net. Lancaster, the puck out back. Sends it over far side. Puck comes all the way up to the blue line. Lancaster, St. Stephen both going. And Lancaster clears it out for icing. Face off and back down Lancaster's end. 4:27 left in the third. Game tied at 2. Shots tied at 20. Both teams putting up quite a battle. Both of them wanting to skate around the rink with that banner. In 5 minutes, puck down and across St. Stephen's blue line. Lancaster skating in hard. St. Stephen back checking, sends a puck up to the blue line. Lancaster keeps it in. Lancaster drop pass back to the blue line. Steele with a shot through traffic. And deflected wide. That not even sure how that one didn't go in. Looked like it went behind the goalie and out the other side. Puck over in the corner. St. Stephen and Lancaster both go down. Puck sent out front. Lancaster the chance. Anthony gets a stick on the puck, sends it out. Again, goalies are doing amazing for both teams here today. Puck back down at St. Stephen's blue line. They move it ahead to the neutral zone. Take it across Lancaster's blue and dump it in. Lancaster gets it. Cross ice pass, goes off one of their players, stays in the zone. Lancaster chips it off the boards up towards center. Burnham with it now, in across the blue line. Got Swires with him. Burnham trying to move through St. Stephen. And they're not letting it happen, but he comes back in now. Another stick on the puck. St. Stephen comes out with it behind the net. Lancaster getting a stick on it. Puck tied up with the official in the corner. Both teams battling. St. Stephen coming out with the puck. Thompson. Cross ice pass, far side over to Flowers. Lancaster keeping it in. Sends it down the corner. St. Stephen going to it. Sends it around short side. Lancaster D getting to the blue line, keeping that in. Steele with it now. Going down in low, tries for a shot, high and wide. Puck over far side to the blue line. St. Stephen chipping it ahead. St. Stephen skating hard. Lancaster going with them. Puck in across Lancaster's blue line. St. Stephen with a shot. Big save by Cole. In net for Lancaster. 2:36 left. Again, game still tied at 2. If it goes to overtime, overtime consists of 10-minute periods until the next team scores. Puck on the face-off, up to the blue line. St. Stephen keeping it in, sends it down the corner. Lancaster sending around here short side. St. Stephen getting the boards, trying to get that puck back towards the net. Both teams battle along the boards here now. Lancaster trying to come out with it. St. Stephen getting a stick on it. Could be anyone's puck. Lancaster bringing it out of the zone. Eichel for Lancaster and across the blue line, going wide. Still has the puck down the corner, tries to backhand it up towards the blue line. St. Stephen getting a stick on it. Lancaster, ground for Lancaster, has it, backhands it out front. One-timer by Lancaster, couldn't get enough on it. Puck is deflected wide. St. Stephen with it now behind the net. Coming out with it. Minute 50 left in the third. Oh, sorry, St. Stephen skating the puck out of the zone, going through center, going across the blue line. Going wide on D, shot. Save, puck deflected out back. St. Stephen with a chance again. Backhands it out front. And they try for a shot through traffic. Goalie gets a piece of that one. St. Stephen trying to backhand it in. Goalie covers it up. Minute 23. So again, overtime is 10-minute periods until someone scores. 4-on-4. It's coming up saying slow connection, but hopefully we're good. Minute 22 left. Game tied at 2. Face off down Lancaster's end. Puck out of the face off. Lancaster with it, trying to move it up along the board. St. Stephen playing the boards tight, keeping that puck down low. Puck coming out now by Lancaster. Lancaster trying to break out, and St. Stephen gets a stick on it, knocks it down deeper in their zone. St. Stephen trying to get to it in behind the net, sends the puck over here short side. Lancaster goes to put it out front. St. Stephen's D gets a piece of the puck. Tries to send it out front. St. Stephen trying to clear it. And they're coming back the other way. Last minute of play. Puck at center. St. Stephen goes down. And we get an offside call. Face off moves outside the zone. Both teams making this a nail-biter. Face-off outside the zone. St. Stephen winning it back to their D. Lancaster picking it off. Thiel in across the blue line. Going around defense. Shot. Saved by Anthony. Loose puck, but it was already whistled down. Lancaster puts that in after the whistle. Goal is called off. 40 seconds left. Face off down St. Stephen's end. Lancaster winning it. Shot through traffic. Huge save by Anthony. Nice kick save. Puck out to the blue line. Lancaster with a shot. Another save again by Anthony. Puck over far side. Lancaster trying to keep it in again. Another shot. Wide of the net, out back. 24 seconds left. Lancaster, the puck in the corner. Tries to put it to the net, out to the blue line. Thiel going for it. Turned over. St. Stephen coming back the other way. St. Stephen goes down, no call. They're going in across the blue line of the puck. And it's cleared back out by Lancaster. Puck at center ice. Lancaster, 6 seconds left. Thiel in across the blue line. And we got a penalty coming to St. Stephen to start OT. St. Stephen off to the box. for 1 second left of the third period. And then we go to 10 minutes overtime. So it's supposed to be 4-on-4 overtime, so presuming it'll go down to 4-on-3 for the 10 minutes. Or for the 10-minute period, 4-on-3 till the penalty expires. 1 second left on the clock, and that's the end of regulation. Game is going to overtime. So again, we're going off to overtime. Lancaster on a power play for 1 minute and 59 seconds. St. Stephen in the box. Overtime, 4-on-4 for 10 minutes. If there's no score, we go on to 10 minutes again. Keep going until someone scores. Lancaster will start the overtime off with a 4-on-3. Once the penalty expires, we resort to 4-on-4. Nice to see no shootout for this intense of a game. There we go, beginning of overtime. Period number 4, Lancaster on the power play. St. Stephen winning the puck, trying to move it through the neutral zone. Lancaster gets a backhand on it, sends it out to center ice. St. Stephen winds up at center with a slap shot. Doesn't get deep into Lancaster's zone. Lancaster picks it off, coming back the other way. Dumps the puck down the corner. Eichel going for it for Lancaster. Johnson knocks the puck off him, sends it up along the boards. St. Stephen trying to get the puck out. They do. Back down into Lancaster's end. Cole gets a puck, passes it up to his D. Lancaster skating through the neutral zone. Cross ice pass. Lancaster in across the blue line, going wide down the corner. Backhands it out front. And St. Stephen gets that puck, tries to clear it out. Not able to. Steal from the blue line. Sends a puck in, deflected off of St. Stephen. And their goalie, Anthony, coming up big for them on that one. Minute 6 left in the penalty. Face off down St. Stephen's end, still 4-on-3. Thompson for St. Stephen. Burnham for Lancaster. St. Stephen wins the face-off, sends the puck over here short side. Thiel going in with it now in the corner, tries to put it out front. Burnham tries for a one-timer, missed the puck. Lancaster picking it up far side, goes to put it out. Front of the net, deflected, goalie sends out to the blue line. Lancaster with a shot. Again, defense for St. Stephen getting a stick on that puck again. Little deflection, but Anthony covering it up. Face-off still down St. Stephen's end. 44 seconds left in the penalty. Lancaster with it. Out to Thiel. Thiel with a shot. Goalie tried to get a piece of that. Deflected up over the net. Lancaster with it. Pass back to the blue line. St. Stephen trying to move the puck up. Gets it up in the neutral zone. Trying battling hard with Lancaster. Puck turned over. Lancaster trying to get in across the blue line. And St. Stephen clears it. All the way down. 17 seconds left. Then we're back to even strength. Lancaster, the puck in behind their net. Turned over. St. Stephen trying to go for it. Lancaster picks it off. Skating in behind their net, far side, coming out. Lancaster building up some speed and across the blue line. We're back to even strength. St. Stephen just coming to the box right now. And shot off the post. St. Stephen with it far side, tries to send up to the blue line. Lancaster keeping it in. 7:48 left in overtime, in the first period of overtime. St. Stephen with the puck along the boards, trying to move it out. Lancaster moving it down deeper in the corner. Lancaster goes down, loses the puck to St. Stephen. St. Stephen trying to skate it out far side, get out to the neutral zone. They pick it up at center. Chips it ahead off the boards. Lancaster's D picks it up, tries to backhand out of the zone. St. Stephen keeping it in. Both teams battling now just inside Lancaster's blue line. Thorne for St. Stephen gets the puck, dumps it in. Lancaster with it, tries to send it out off St. Stephen's skate, stays in Lancaster's zone. Both teams battling for it here now in the neutral zone. Puck in across the blue line. Lancaster with it. Brown with it now far side, skates up, puts the puck off the boards. St. Stephen dumps it in. Lancaster a little bit of time as St. Stephen's getting back on side. Thiel going for a skate through the neutral zone, cross the blue line. Shot. Saved by Anthony. Covers it up. So we got 6.5 minutes left. So yeah, 10 minutes straight time for OT. Clock is only stopped during a timeout. Shot from Lancaster off the face-off. Deflected wide. St. Stephen coming out with it in the corner. Chips it off the boards. No one there. Lancaster regains it. Takes it down the corner. Caldwell with it. Shot. Save. Loose puck out front. And Anthony jumps on that one and covers it up. .51 left. Players got to try not to kill much time. Shift changing as the clock is still going. Puck off the face-off. St. Stephen trying to get it out. Lancaster the shot wide of the net. St. Stephen picking up behind the net, trying to move it out far side. Almost turned over. St. Stephen still having it. Chipping off the boards. Puck is out of the zone. Weeks trying to skate ahead, get to the puck. Puck comes back. St. Stephen going in now. 2-on-2. And no call on that. St. Stephen went down. Lancaster with a trip. Lancaster on the puck now, far side. Sends it out to center. 2-on-2 coming back the other way. Lancaster tries for a shot. Another shot just wide of the net. Anthony looks like he got a little piece of that one. Puck out to the blue line. Lancaster the shot through traffic. Save! Goalie jumps on that one, covers it up. 4:46 left in the first period of overtime. It's a nail biter. Puck on the face-off. Lancaster trying to send it back to the blue line. And St. Stephen skating it out, trying to get in across Lancaster's blue. Cook with it. Cross-ice pass. Wide open St. Stephen player. Shot. Save. Puck is loose again. Both teams battling for it. Lancaster coming out with it. Going for skate. Cross the blue line. Brown going wide. Shot. And off the netting out back. St. Stephen coming out with the puck. Tries to hit their winger up at the blue line. Puck is off his mark. Lancaster picks it up. Sends it back in across the blue line. St. Stephen trying to get it out. Lancaster keeps it in. And the puck is now out of the zone. Lancaster trying to move it in. St. Stephen with it now. Pass out to center ice. Going through the neutral zone. Across the blue line. Puck is still in. And Lancaster with it now. Sends it back down. St. Stephen gets it center. Dumps it in for a slap shot. Ison face off back down at St. Stephen's end. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first overtime period. Game is tied at 2. Shots are 30-24 for Lancaster. Puck out of the face-off. Lancaster with it. Pass back to the blue line. Steele with a shot from the blue. Wide of the net. Lancaster picking it up behind the net. Tries to put it out front. And Lancaster backhand. Dangerous one there. Puck goes off the goalie's stick. Almost deflected in. St. Stephen starting to skate the puck out. Thompson moving it out of the zone. Gets the blue line. Lancaster staying on him. And Thompson goes down. Puck is turned over. Lancaster coming back the other way. Thiel with the puck across the blue line. Puck is knocked off the stick. Lancaster regains it. Lancaster going wide. Over the corner, a little bit of time. Pass back to D. Steele with the puck at the blue line. Shot through traffic. Glove down. Puck is sent out by St. Stephen all the way down. Bryson. 2 minutes left in the period. Face off back down St. Stephen's end. And we get a timeout coming. The clock will stop. All right, timeout is over. Play will resume. Crowd is into this game. I would like to thank everyone that's tuned in to watch these games. Some of us do it for our teams during the regular season. For some of the parents and family that can't be here. Hopefully this is helping some out. Puck off the face-off. Lancaster with it. Thiel with a shot. Big save by Anthony. St. Stephen moving the puck out far side. Minute 35 left. St. Stephen skating the puck wide and across the blue line. Puck is turned over. Lancaster with it now. Trying to move it up to the blue line. And Lancaster skating out hard. And they're on a bit of a breakaway. Puck is going wide. Lancaster trying for a wraparound. Puck out front, not able to get a shot off. Great chance for Lancaster. Lancaster with the puck on the blue line, trying to dump it in. St. Stephen blocks it, trying to get out of the zone. Lancaster kicking the puck ahead. Burnham with a chance. And beauty glove by Anthony. Last minute of play in overtime number 1. Players have 40 more seconds. They get to hit the bench for a quick little chat, timeout, maybe start second overtime. Puck coming out of the zone by St. Stephen, turned over. Lancaster sending it back down in behind the net. Ames for St. Stephen picking the puck up, trying to skate it out far side, loses it. Lancaster, Thiel, all over the puck, and Lancaster goes down, no call. St. Stephen on the puck behind the net. 12 seconds left. St. Stephen trying to get the puck out of the zone, and Lancaster keeps it in. St. Stephen with it now, gets it out to center. 4 seconds left. St. Stephen in across the blue line. Lancaster sends the puck out. And that is the end of our first overtime. Going on to 10 more minutes, overtime again. All right, we're starting our second OT. Calling the officials over just to verify a couple of the rules. So the rules are 10 minutes overtime till the games are done, till the team scores. Does not go to shootout. The only debate for the issue right now was straight time or stop time. That last period was just run on straight time, but people were digging into the rules. Okay, overtime number 2. Double overtime. Game tied at 2. Both teams plowing through. St. Stephen trying to get the puck in across the blue line. Lancaster bringing it back. Brown in across St. Stephen's blue line, going wide. St. Stephen all over him. Sends a puck out front. Lancaster. A little bit of time. Nice pass. Far side. Great shot by Lancaster. Caldwell with a huge shot. Anthony with a big save. Shot showing 34-24 for Lancaster. Turning on the heat this overtime. St. Stephen clearing the puck out, sending it all the way down, and that's going to be nice. Face off down St. Stephen's end. Lancaster winning it back. Lancaster with a shot. And Anthony covering that one up for a save. .9:23 left. We are going to stop time. Face off in St. Stephen's end. St. Stephen winning it. Puck is cleared out of the zone, up to center ice. Lancaster with it now. Skating across center. In across the blue line. And dumped it down the corner. St. Stephen with it, puts it up off the boards. Lancaster gets it, winds up. Shot and saved by the goalie. Face off back down St. Stephen's end again. 1 minute gone out of the second overtime. Puck up to the blue line. Lancaster, the shot from blue, wide of the net. St. Stephen trying to clear the puck out far side. Lancaster holding that blue line strong, keeping the puck in. Sends it back down the corner. St. Stephen first to it. Backhanded over far side. And that's going to give St. Stephen the chance to skate the puck out of the zone. They try to make a pass ahead off Lancaster's skate. And the pass. Re-chance at the pass, sent back down in deep now into Lancaster's end. Weeks going in on it. Puck out to Hine. Hine with a shot through traffic. Tip wide. Lancaster skating hard to it, far side. They try to send it out. They fan on it. Turned over. St. Stephen. Weeks with it now. Makes a pass over out in front of the net. Great chance for St. Stephen. Puck turned over. Lancaster coming back the other way. Across the blue line. Lancaster having a chance, coming in wide of the net. And Anthony pokes that one away with the stick. St. Stephen's D clears the puck far side. They try to get the puck out. Lancaster again, keeping that in the blue line. Shot wide of the net. St. Stephen trying to get to it first, get it out of the zone. Lancaster hacking at him. St. Stephen gets the puck ahead to Lancaster's blue line. They go to clear it out. Just a onside for St. Stephen. Puck turned over. Lancaster. Huge chance for a breakaway. St. Stephen coming up big on that one. Thorne stopping that. Chance right now. One-timer for Lancaster. Just wide of the net. Wraparound chance. Big save by defense for St. Stephen. Shot or puck out of the blue line. Shot from D. Just wide of the net. Lancaster still with the puck. St. Stephen clears it out. That gives St. Stephen a little bit of a breather. A chance to get some fresh legs out in the ice. Lancaster, a little bit of time now. Pass up to center ice. Thiel going to it. Up to Burnham. Burnham across the blue line. And holds up for second. Tries for a shot. Off St. Stephen body. Lancaster tries for a shot again. Blocked by St. Stephen. St. Stephen trying to move the puck out. Thiel staying on him. St. Stephen now breaking out. 3-on-2. Cross Lancaster's blue line. They lose the puck. Quick turnover. Thiel coming back in. 1-on-1. St. Stephen back checking. Shot blocked by St. Stephen. St. Stephen's D taking the time of the puck, trying to clear it out. Almost turned it over. Puck back out to center ice now. St. Stephen in across the blue line, loses the puck. Lancaster sends it out. St. Stephen regains it, sends it back in. Lancaster clearing it back out far side. 2-on-2 now. Lancaster going in, going wide. Nice little play around the D. Lancaster has won the game. Lancaster C3 are your U13C Atlantic Day of Champions. Great game played by both teams again. Nail biter. Again, Lancaster over St. Stephen. Double overtime. U13C Atlantic champions. Both teams hold their heads high. Great way to end the season. Medals coming out now for starting with St. Stephen. Gold medals going to Lancaster. Kudos to both goalies, Cole and Anthony. Great games. champions, Lancaster C3. 3-2 in double overtime. Thank you everyone for watching. We're going to speed this along, get ready for the next game. KV and Lancaster, U15, C Centennial, 6:45. Again, thanks for tuning in.